there's something wrong with my camera stand. It was working 5 minutes before me putting the phone back up to film. Really strange. It's like a little elf came in and just tweaked it. So it might be off a little bit. So, hey, we're just going to go through it. So welcome. My name is Alison Wagner. I'm an intuitive empath, tarot reader, and psychic. I read and feel into the energies of the cards. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday, where I go live every single Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I answer your questions. It's a lot of fun. If you've never been here before, see this camera, it's going to be like this all night long. Hey, Ken. Hi, Amanda. Nice to see you guys. How's everybody doing? Let me just check in on the chat really quick. All righty. So this is going to be good. Hey, Dana. Welcome. Nice to see you here. Thanks for becoming a member. You're going to love it. I can't wait. We have such an awesome community. I hope you really enjoy it. And let me tell you about the benefits for tonight as being a member. Your name's going to go in a bowl if you're here during the members shout out. So what to tell you? First of all, happy birthday Aquarius season to all the Aquarians out there. And your video just posted right as I was going live. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that. This is going to be a phenomenal year for everybody. And Aquarius, get ready. It's going to be wild. What else to tell you? You can go to my website, ancientoakpsychicarts.com, and read a little more about me and book any of these services. And you can sign up for the free newsletter. That's the best way to find out about upcoming events and any sales. I also teach, so it's a great way for you to also see what's coming up with the classes if you'd like to participate. Again, you can book a personal reading, a missing person consultation. I have a manifestation masterclass that we just wrapped up week 3 today, and we're doing week 4 next week, and that is it. For this particular month. It's a phenomenal way to start the year to manifest in what it is that you want. If you ever want to take that class with me, we are going to have a sign-up sheet to see how many people that didn't make it in this class want to sign up for the next one, and then I'll go ahead and launch it maybe sooner than I would wait until the fall. I also have an online tarot masterclass, and there's going to be a sign-up for that, so definitely look for that. I'm going to be doing that in the spring. And that's where we do it over Zoom, and then you can ask questions in real time or watch the replay and submit questions by email. I also do private lessons, intuition development, one-on-one tarot lessons, raising your vibration, manifestation. I am on YouTube. That's probably how you found me. A little bit of Rumble and TikTok, not much. I mostly am just on YouTube, and I love it. I also do your short and sweet daily readings. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. And I mean, it's short and sweet, anywhere from 3 to maybe 9 minutes for your daily reading. That's how I read for myself. I don't like to mess around. I just wait for like this immediate this message to come in, and that's it. I'm not going to fluff it up. I think you guys can see that I'm not a fluffer in my videos. That is not my personality. I do the occasional interview. Definitely go ahead and check it out. My recent interviews have been with Lynn. Definitely check out Lynn with the fairies, Lynn Monet, and then also check out Anne-Marie Morales on hypnotherapy. And what else to tell you? Again, you can join the channel and become a member. Dana became a member tonight. And also, when you become a member, you get access to all the previous videos that were done. And to me, it's timeless. So go ahead and binge watch, because it's whenever the video finds you, that's when you're meant to see it. I do that all the time. Maybe there's a film that came out 25 years ago. I watch it, and it's very telling, and it's meant for me to find it right then, right there. So same thing. Again, I'll post a members videos topics to vote on. And I'm sorry I didn't get that out. I actually went out of town, and then I got food poisoning, and it's just been weird. So I'm not trying to make excuses, but I just forgot because I had all that drama happen. So I wasn't planning on going out of town. It was a spur of the moment thing. So I didn't do a lot of videos, as you've seen recently in the last few days. So that is coming. So I'll definitely do that. I'm actually going to do 2 for the members back to back, because I'm late in getting the month of January out, and then I'm going to do another one for you. So member shout out, that's going to be during the live, which is tonight. If you are a member, we see the star next to your name. Your name is going to go in a bowl. Let me grab that. It goes in the selenite bowl, and I'm going to mix it up. And I just do this, and then I choose a name. And in this case, well, they're all on top of each other. This would be Lily. So then Lily would actually get a free question. So that's one of the benefits of being a member. And so every time you're here for a live, definitely when we do the shout out, chime in the chat. That's the best way. And it's a complimentary question. Don't forget to vote, and then also hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. And if you could, everybody, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and the algorithm. I can't begin to stress how much, and it's free. Definitely do that, and leave a comment if this show resonates with you. Let me know where you're watching from. We've got people all over the world. I have clients everywhere. Dubai, the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Mexico. I have clients like everywhere. It's phenomenal. Italy, I mean, everywhere. New Zealand. So definitely let me know where you're at. And what else to tell you? At the end of tonight's show, I'm going to do a general reading for the collective. So stick around for that. And that is for anyone that's watching live in the replay or whenever this video happens to find you. Okay, so I just have a couple of things I want to say. So here we go. I've got 2 guidelines for the live readings. 1 question per show, unless, of course, you're a member and I pull your name a second time. But 1 question per show. That way, it doesn't become one person's personal reading. In the very beginning, I had wonderful, wonderful supporters, but they would ask like 3 or 4 questions, and then it became their show. So that's something for a private reading. You can ask a question every single show, just 1 question per show. The next one is no bad language or topics. Keep it family friendly for YouTube because it's a censorship platform. Everybody knows that. If you don't, then maybe you're very young and you're just coming on, but it is a censorship platform. I love YouTube, but we have to understand that. So if it's an off topic or something that's a little more adult, then we have to do that in a private setting. We can't do that here on YouTube. Just keep that in mind when you word your questions, right? It's not about swearing. It's about certain topics and things that they will flag. So submit your questions before or during the show. A lot of people are in different time zones. They have different schedules, and they just submit their questions and watch the replay, or they watch live, but they're not worrying about submitting the question live. They just submit it in advance and kick back and watch the show. So again, do it live or before the show, and they will be answered live. Post your question on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Stripe. That's a $20 minimum. If you choose to super chat, it's a $30 minimum because they take 40%. So just keep that in mind. All the addresses are going to be in the description of the video if you're watching at home. If you're in the chat, the moderator is going to help you if you don't already know it. All right, so we have a disclaimer and then we'll get rolling. Let me put the list of names over there. Okay, so disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a therapist and I do not give psychiatric, legal, financial, or medical advice. All right, that being said, that mouthful, let me light my candle. You might hear a little crackling in the background because it has a wood wick. I love these wood wick candles, okay? Scarlet Rose, yummy. Okay, so that is going. Well, it's kind of going. Let me light it again. Let's see what happens. Oh my God. What is this? It always happens when it's live. This is too weird. All right, I'm going to light a different one. This one does not have a wood wick, but it has a lovely scent. So we'll just do Coconut Island. Okay, so let's swap it out. There we go. All right. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and roll into it. So I have people that submitted questions from last week. Apparently with PayPal, there was a buffering that was going on. So I asked them to submit their questions and I could find it. And so then it populated like 2.5, 3 days later, their names appeared. So strange. That's the first time that's ever happened. So I don't know. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and answer them. And let's see, where is it? So here we go. Here's one. So this is from Megan, and she writes, let me go ahead and grab my deck. Hi, Allison. Love your Libra videos. They really resonate with me. I just booked a couple's Valentine's reading for February. Congratulations. You know what? That is such a fun reading to be involved in as the person doing the reading, and with you being a querent. That's the person that's sitting across from me. I cannot begin to tell you how much people get out of that, to see the dynamic in a relationship. And that's just, by the way, I'm just going to plug this a little bit. That's not just for romantic couples. That can be for best friends. It can be for family members. If it's two brothers, two sisters, brother, sister, this can be for business partners. It's really looking at that dynamic and how you can work together, and maybe some questions, especially in a business setting. Maybe you're business partners and you're looking at what strengths you both bring to the table and how you can further develop your business for success. So definitely it's something I do. Anyways, this is a couple's Valentine's Day reading. Can't wait. And then she says, what does my cat Teddy think of me? LOL. Blessings, Megan. Okay, let's go ahead and find out. What does your cat Teddy think of you? Okay. How cute. All right. All right, so let me go ahead and scroll down here. Hey, everybody. Hey, Suzanne. Nice to see you. Hey, Renee. Soap Martyr, Regina. Just see them. Hey, Ava. Nice to see you. Let's find out. I'll answer that in a second. Let me get these people from next week first. Oh, my God. I love it. I'll have to scroll back to that, Ava. There's a lot. Yeah, I'm telling you, we have such a great community. Definitely participate in the chat. The moderators are awesome, and really the people that show up are too. Okay, this is for Megan. What does her cat Teddy think of her? Okay, let's find out. It's too cute. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords and the King of Wands. Two kings. Okay, so your cat thinks that you do a lot of work around the house. It's like, I don't know if you have obsessive compulsive disorder. And I'm not calling you out, Megan, but this is someone that, you know, it's one of those energies where you're compulsively cleaning and working and you can't sit still. This is that kind of energy that's coming through with this Eight of Pentacles. Then we have the King of Swords and the King of Wands. So for me, this is one of those moments where you are really on top of things at home. And this is where the cat sees you. The cat sees you cleaning, cooking, interacting with other people. Maybe you work from home, but you're constantly doing something. I feel that the cat never sees you relax. And that's one of the things that is coming off of this energy. The cat doesn't see you sit still. Even if you're working, there's a lot of movement going around. Then we have the King of Swords. So this cat sees you as someone that is very much together. Sees you as you always have a plan, but I have to say, again, there's this continuation of movement. But this cat sees you as someone that definitely is very intelligent, and you're so like, it could be like maybe you feed your animals or your cat at 8 and 4. So this cat sees it as like clockwork, that you have a routine, that you have something that you want, that you're right on point. There's no hiding, there's no holding back. You are exactly as you present to this cat. You are very loving, very giving, very nurturing, and you're also very much aware of what your cat's needs are, and your cat is very cognizant of that. Your cat loves you for that. We also have, now there's no cup energy here, but this is your cat being a very intellectual observant of you. Then we have the King of Wands. Your cat sees you as someone that's very strong, very bold and courageous, willing to take chances. This is one of those energies where your cat feels you have no fear. I think your cat admires you, is what's coming in. I think that your cat is watching you. I think this is your cat. This is Teddy really watching you and observing you. And he thinks he's a lot bigger and stronger than he actually is, in the sense of he thinks he's a lion, even though he's a domestic cat. but he sees you as being his equal. I mean, he like admires you. I think he sees your strength and he loves it. He sees your passion. Whatever you're doing, he sees you passionate about really a lot of movement coming in. This is not traditionally a card of a lot of movement. It is the card of work, but that's how he sees you. He sees you like really getting into whatever it is you're doing around the house, gardening, cleaning, working, interacting with friends or family, whatever it is you're doing, you're constantly moving. That's how your cat sees you. And I think he's in awe of you. He admires that. Interesting. Okay, that's what your cat thinks of you, Megan. And I look forward to the Valentine's reading. That's going to be fun. All right, next question is from Linda. And Linda writes, hi, Alison, love your lives and Pisces videos. What does the universe want to tell me today? All right, so let me go ahead and do this for Linda. I'm actually going to switch decks for you, Linda. Okay, and let me get a little tea. All right, here we go. This is for Linda. Okay, what does the universe want to tell Linda today? We have Two of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Linda, and the World. Oh my God. Two of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the World. I'm going to put my finger over her because of censorship. We have the World card. Two major arcanas, and they're phenomenal. This is about you making connections, possibly a love connection, a friend, maybe a soulmate connection, and luck and right timing with the World. Wow. These connections that are coming in, this is something that's really going to be uplifting and up-level you as a person. This could be something that this could be a romantic relationship, platonic relationship. Maybe it's both. Maybe you're meeting a lot of people. You're putting yourself out there a lot. And this is something, though, that is up-leveling you. That word keeps coming in. That tells me that I think maybe they're inspirational. Maybe they're very uplifting. There's something that really benefits you as a person from these connections that are coming in. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is luck and right timing. Being in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people. Again, this could be a romantic relationship. Let me turn my fan on. Or this could be meeting your soul tribe, just friends. This could be a lot of things, maybe even a business arrangement. You know, I just got a hit that maybe there's an investment opportunity that's coming in with one of these people, and it's an opportunity not only for you to make a connection, but to really benefit from it also in a financial arena. Maybe it's a tip on an investment. Maybe it's them helping you with crypto or something like that. Something that maybe is an opportunity that you didn't really think about. And then we have the World card. And this is you really putting a chapter behind you as you walk into the next chapter of your life. Because that's what this card is doing. You're literally walking through this portal. But you're leaving things behind. And I love this as we are going into 2026. You're leaving things behind in 2025 that don't resonate with you anymore. And you are walking forward into 2026 with a lot of beautiful things. The things that you aspire to be, to do, and to have in your life. It's really an inspirational reading, really high vibing energy coming in for you, Linda. This is one of those moments where I think this Wheel of Fortune, I feel that there's a lot of life-changing events that are coming in for you. And a lot of it has to do with people. Not everything, but a lot of it has to do with people. But you have a lot of life-changing things coming in. Wow. That's what the universe wants to tell you today, Linda. Thank you. Okay, so this is another question. And Ava, I have not forgotten about you. I just want to answer these questions from last week. Okay, so this is Phil from New York. And he writes, hi, Allison. Love the Taurus videos. You nail it every time. Will I find love in 2026? Thank you, Phil from New York. Excuse me. Couldn't say that word. Okay, let me go ahead and take a look. And flattery gets you everywhere. Thank you, Phil. Okay, so Phil from New York. Will you find love in 2026? Okay, here we go. All right. We have the Six of Swords, we have the High Priestess, and the Page of Pentacles. Yes, you will. We've got the Six of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Page of Pentacles. While none of this is cup energy, you know, what I'm getting is that, yeah, you're definitely going to be moving on to a place in your life where you are going to be meeting someone. I feel like you're leaving drama behind. I actually feel like you're breaking patterns of dating people that create a lot of drama, that they like, you know, it's like they like the fighting, and then they like the makeup. You know, it's like fight and then makeup sex, but they like that fighting. And I feel that you just don't, and you're not looking back. I feel that you're leaving that behind you and you're going on to break that cycle. And that's hard for a lot of people, but I feel you're able to do it. I think on an intuitive level, you know that this is the right choice for you, that you're kind of tired of it. I think you've had your fill of people that like drama. And I think that, you know, maybe it was exciting at one time, but I think that you've outgrown it and you've definitely been able to break that pattern. I do feel, again, like I said, on an intuitive level, you're able to move past it. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even feel like it's that hard for you. I just feel like it was a decision that was made and you're very decisive about it. And you're like, next, I'm going over here, and you're leaving that over there. Because this is telling me other opportunities are coming in for you, and that this was an opportunity that was bringing you knowledge. I think that this is something that you learned about yourself, and you learned about the behavior of people around you and the decisions that you make, how they impact you negatively and positively. And I think that this is something that you've just learned that you don't want. And now you've got a bunch of options coming in. Yes, you're going to find love in 2026, and it's going to be different than what you were experiencing before. I think that this is going to be something that's going to be very freeing, and you're actually going to be able to breathe, if that makes sense. You're going to be very much at peace. Very much at peace as far as this is going. Wow. So just be open, right? Look for red flags. That way you don't fall into that pattern. But I feel in your heart, you are really done with that, and it's a very decisive action. So yes, Phil from New York, lovely. You'll have to let us know when you find love. All right. So next question. Again, this is from next week. This is Spring from Texas. Hello, Alison. I am applying for jobs inside and outside of my company. Where will I get hired for my next job? Okay, let's take a look at that. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, so I pulled inside the company, outside the company, and your next job. So inside the company, yeah, they really appreciate all the hard work that you've done, and they really like and respect what you've done. This is you knowing a lot of, I feel like you have a lot of resources and a lot of knowledge at your disposal. This is one of those moments where you're really able to, I think, really maneuver a job in the company, but you're also able to look outside the company. I don't feel that you're limited to either or. I feel like both are open to you, and it's just a matter of you choosing what it is that you want. This is you really looking out beyond. I mean, the world is in the palm of your hand. You're really able, I feel, to write your own future. That is really up to you. He plans and prepares for the future. So again, I do feel that you can maneuver your way into a different job in the company, but both are saying that. I asked about your future, and this is something that is a stubborn, stuck energy. This is the Four of Pentacles, and this is just saying you need to go with the flow and not to be overly controlling. For me, this is just saying be open to what is coming your way. It might not be exactly what it is that you want, but this is change that's coming. So a lot of change is coming, whether it's a new position in the same company or whether you get a job outside. I know you wanted an either or, but I'm really getting that you can do both. I'm not getting that you're limited. I don't feel that you're desperate, and I don't feel that your choices are limited. So I do feel that you can kind of, in a way, write your own ticket. What do you want to do? Maybe you get an offer from inside and outside, and you just weigh the benefits and see where it is that you want to go. Like, so if it's with that company, are you going to get laid off from that? And then you have to go again to find a different position in the same company? Or can you transfer to a different city or state with that company, if it's national? And maybe, when one is local and one is national, and if you want to travel, maybe the national one has that benefit to transfer, and that's more attractive. I just feel that it's wide open for you, but this is about you really being flexible and going with the flow, because change is definitely coming. Wow. Thank you, Spring. I love that. I love it. You're not limited at all. Okay. Then we have the next one is from Joseph. Okay. And then Ava, I'm going to come back over to you. So this one is from Joseph, and he writes, "Hello, Alison. I am meeting with an immigration lawyer solicitor for Dublin, Is getting a 90-day visa the pathway to getting a job in Dublin instead of applying from the States? I can use an Irish phone number and address locally instead of international. Any guidance?" Okay, let me read that again. "Hello, Alison. I am meeting with an immigration lawyer solicitor for Dublin. Is getting a 90-day visa the pathway to getting a job in Dublin instead of applying from the States? I can use an Irish phone number and address locally instead of international. Any guidance?" Okay, let's find out. I think I understand that. Okay, is getting a 90-day visa the pathway to getting a job in Dublin instead of applying from the United States? Okay. Let's see. We have the Hermit, we have the Judgment card, and the Devil. Okay, so let me show you the cards. I have to cover my fingers over the Judgment card. We have the Hermit, we have the Judgment card, and the Devil. Okay, so I am getting that there's a lot of soul searching going on, that you can get that 90-day visa. And I think that there's a benefit to being over there, but this is a big wake-up call for you, right? I mean, you're taking a chance, and I feel that that this is you just getting yourself over there, that there might be some other hiccups along the way. So make sure that you've got a cushion to fall back on. Make sure that you have plan B, C, and D lined up. This is not just, hey, I'm going to go over there and wing it, because things are really strange right now in the world, and you don't want to be broadsided. This is a big wake-up call. This tells me that I think that this would be a really good place for you to be over in Dublin. But we have the Devil energy here, and the devil is always an allure, and it's something that looks better than it is. So on the surface, it might look really good, but I think that you're going to have some issues when you get over there. And I am so not trying to rain on your parade, but I do feel that with that 90-day visa, they might make it difficult for you to get over there and process past the 90 days. They might make you turn around and come back to the United States and do it the long way. They might. This is just a wild card that's coming in for that. So again, I would be prepared for that. Maybe you can file for an extension or a renewal, or sometimes you can go into a different country and maybe you have to go there for 90 days and then come back to Dublin, as opposed to go in the United States outside the Schengen area, right? I don't know what the details are, but I'm getting, though, that you might have some issues coming in. There might be issues coming in. There might be civil unrest. There might be outside factors that just show up and that throw a wrench in it, things that you haven't seen. But this is you really thinking on it. If you really want to be in Dublin, then you need to be prepared for other things to happen until you actually get what it is that you want with the immigration, right? If you want a second citizenship, if you want citizenship, I see that you're getting a visa, but I don't know what the end game is. I know you've asked a question before, but you know, when I channel, I don't remember the details. So I would definitely look into that, and I would be prepared. That means you better have a lot of money in your bank account, especially if you have to go to a different area. I mean, when if you need to go spend time in, I don't know, Albania for 90 days? Do you have money for rent and food and anything else that you might need for entry, right? Any supplies that you might need, and then you come back and then you do that process again. So I would really plan that out. That way you're not caught off guard. And if you need to come back to the United States, I would make sure that you have arrangements for that. But if after 90 days they're like, nope, you got to go back and then reapply or do something different, you know, if you can't stay in Europe, if something like that happens, I would be prepared for that. Make sure you've got a lot of backup plans and that they are there for you, that they don't fall through. That's what I feel is coming through, just because the Judgment and the Devil are here. But I do feel that this is a good place for you to be, is Dublin. It's just how it's going to play out, how it's going to happen. That's another story, because the Devil showed up. I hope that helps you, Joseph. But you know what? I would trust your intuition and go for it, because that Hermit energy is really talking about doing that soul searching. And if that is what you want to do, then absolutely do it. All right. Thank you for your question. Okay. Now I am going to, hold on, let me scroll. Now I'm going to come over here to Ava. So we're 30 minutes in. So I'm going to do final call for everybody. If anybody is watching and you have a question that you want to ask, now's a great time to figure out what you want to ask and go ahead and submit your question either through Super Chat or PayPal, Venmo, Stripe, or Cash App. All that information is in the description, or if you're in the chat, the moderators can help you. So let's make that final call. Ava, let me come back here and answer that for you. Let me scroll. Is it going to let me scroll? Okay, here we go. So, hi, Alison. I love Tuesday night readings. So do I. Thank you. I love it too. I think it's fun, especially that one that came up for you. 2 different decks and the same cards. It's amazing. Does the universe think I should give my ex a second chance? Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and find out. I'm going to switch decks for that. All right. Does the universe think you should give your ex a second chance? All right. Let's find out. We have the Justice card. We have the 10 of Cups. And we have the Emperor. I would say that's a yes. We have the Justice card, the 10 of Cups, and the Emperor. I feel that what is coming in is that as long as you're standing in your true authentic self and you are doing what is right for you and for him, for all the parties involved, I think that this is an excellent relationship for you. I think that this is someone that is their true authentic self. I think what happens with this person is that, they're not really putting a mask on. They are who they say they are. What you see is what you get kind of energy. Even if they keep some things to themselves, because everyone's private to a certain degree, right? But I think that this person is very authentic and they are who they say they are. This is the 10 of Cups. I just got the goosebumps. Everybody wants the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Here, I'm trying to get out of the reflection. And this is the 10 of Cups. This is happy, joyful family. I think that this is someone that would make you very happy, and you would make him very happy. I do think that this is a mutual exchange, and I think that there's a big love connection there. I do think that that's there because there's a lot of fairness that's coming in. You know, again, this is not someone that's trying to get something over on anybody. This is someone who's really a true person. They're very authentic. And then the Emperor, this is someone that's a boss. This is someone that's very much in charge of their life, right? They're mature. They're old enough. They're going to be taking your feelings into consideration when they make a decision, right? That doesn't mean that they're perfect, but they're looking at the big picture. They're very strategic, and they're willing to fight for what it is that they want. And so if this person wants to be with you, they're going to stand up, and they're definitely going to let you know, and they're going to put their best foot forward. Again, nobody's perfect, but I do feel that if this person wants a relationship with you and you want one with him, I think that this is a really good match. That's the energy that's coming in. I think that this is beautiful. I think this is someone that's very authentic. Does that make sense? Beautiful energy. I can't read all the chats just yet, so I'm just going to fast forward. Happy poop. That's what that's called. I love it. Oh, and that just lets me know, hey, all these people have been hyping my videos. Thank you. I'm so old school. I didn't even know what that meant. And then I saw it. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. I really appreciate it. This channel has really grown. We just went over 100,000 subscribers, which is phenomenal. Thank you, everybody. That makes me appreciate not just everybody that's here, but it makes me appreciate that all the hard work, effort, and energy I put into it is paying off, that you guys get something out of what I do, because I love what I do, and I know that that must come through in the videos. I absolutely love what I do. So thank you very much. I so appreciate it. Thank you, Cheryl. I just saw that. Thank you. It's beautiful. Again, I love what I do, and you guys are awesome. All right. Hey, Jenbo, nice to see you. It must be early morning there for you, I think. All right. So what else was I going to say? Let me go ahead and check in really quick on PayPal and Venmo and Stripe and everything. So let me log in, and hopefully it won't buffer this week. That was just so weird last week. Let's see. Here we go. Let me get these up and going. Okay, they're populating really quick. Okay. All right, so we have one from, okay, I don't know. Oh my God, you got to be kidding. So I'm just going to tell you something right now. I don't know who sent this because there's no name attached to it. This is so weird. Oh my God. Let me come at it a different way on PayPal. This is so weird. Okay, so somebody sent money, and I don't have a name. There's just money sitting there. So I don't know what's going on with PayPal, but I am going to be making a phone call to them tomorrow, because they're already closed now, because they're in Pacific time. They close at 9 my time. Anyways, I don't know what the deal is with that. This is brand new. It happened last week, and now it's happening again. Let me see if there is Venmo. Here's Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Here's one from Venmo. So whoever did that on PayPal, oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me see if it shows up in my email. It did. Lisa, I just got it. Okay. Lisa, that's the workaround that I have to go to my own email to see your question, because it is not populating on PayPal. Okay. So Sherry, hold that thought. Let me ask Lisa, let me answer Lisa's question. That is just too weird. PayPal sucks. Just want to say that. All right. So here, this is from Lisa, and she writes, any advice, guidance? Have not yet broken up with cheating partner, but moving out in silence. Okay, let's go ahead and find out. All right, here we go. This is for Lisa. So that is the workaround. I have to check my email. All right, here we go. This is for Lisa. Any guidance, advice? Have not yet broken up with cheating partner, but moving out in silence. Okay, let's find out. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. This is an excellent opportunity for you to move out, because this is you taking a pause, but then we have an ace, the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. This tells me this is you keeping your eye on the prize. This person is at this stage not meant for you. This tells me that there's somebody else out there for you, but this is you taking a break. This is you moving out in silence, by the way, because this tells me that you don't want any type of retribution. You don't want anyone to stop you. And I don't know what your ex is like, but it could be that you don't want any type of altercation. You know, maybe they might get violent or freak out in some way. And that is a toxic situation, because people's emotions get high. And maybe they can't, you know, if you call them out on the cheating, they're going to deny it. And then, you know, just drama. But this tells me that this is absolutely about you taking a time out, gaining enlightenment on what you're experiencing. This is you really, I think, even replaying a lot of the things, looking for red flags, what has led up to this. And that way you gain that knowledge and wisdom for the next relationship that you go into. You're not holding anybody new up to those standards, because just because this person is a cheater doesn't mean the next person is. But you're able to see any red flags that come up in any ongoing, upcoming relationships, right? Because you don't want to experience that again. You have an ace. All aces are gifts and blessings from the universe and new beginnings. This is a gift for you. It might not feel like it right now, I'm sure, but this is one of those moments where, you know what? Be grateful you didn't waste 20 or 30 years of your life with someone that is a philanderer, you know, someone that is out there, you know, out and about around town, and then you're left at home. And what if they bring a disease home? And what if it's a deadly disease? So this is really one of those moments where, you know, look at the silver lining of this. You found out now, and you're taking action and you're moving on. You're not staying. You're not giving them a second or third chance, or maybe you are. I don't know the details, but this is one of those moments where a new opportunity is coming for you. And that is a powerful opportunity in the earthly realm. We also have this Ten of Pentacles. This is telling me this is you keeping your eye on the prize. If you want this happy, joyful family, because that's what this is friends, family, pets, 401k, your house, your car, your lifestyle, everything is represented by this card. You're not going to get it with that person because they're not in it with you 100%. They're with somebody else, and who knows how many people they might be with, or there's always going to be somebody, always a third party, maybe a fourth party. And if this person's an opportunist, maybe there could be so many different people that they just can't keep their zipper up, right? I mean, that's what it seems like when we're looking at that. So this just tells me that what you're doing is on point for your beautiful survival and to live through this. And what's nice though is that you've got an ace and the Ten of Pentacles coming. Here's something. Okay, so when you put yourself first and when you love yourself, the universe rewards you. I think by you choosing you, the universe is rewarding you. And I think that's something that's coming your way. That's a type of self-love and self-care, and you know your worth and value, and you know you are worthy and deserving of love. And that's something that is powerful, and nobody can take that from you, especially a cheater. And this is you really walking out and giving them the finger. And that must feel good on that level, to walk out and to know that you are not going to be part of that. And we don't even know if the other person knows that they're cheating. What if they think they're the only one? So, I mean, this person's like cheating. So I think that, you know, good for you. It's right on point. But I just want you to know beautiful things are right around the corner, because I know that any type of breakup is painful, especially when someone has betrayed you, because that's what that is. It's a type of betrayal. All right, Lisa, thank you for your question. Okay, Sherry, let me come back over here to you. Let me go back. All right, so this is for Sherry. Hi, Allison. Hope you're doing well. My question for the universe is, does the universe have anything that it wants me to know about my family's well-being for this year? Love the live dailies and Sagittarius readings. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Sherry. Love you. I so appreciate that. And I so appreciate you being on this channel. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and see. All right, I'm going to read it again. My question for the universe is, does the universe have anything that it wants me to know about my family's well-being for this year? Okay, let's find out. So this is for your family's well-being. We have Two of Cups. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. All right, Two of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. So this is really a lot of love energy. We've got two cup cards and then the Pentacles. This is about having these strong bonds and connections. I think that for your family's well-being, having these strong bonds and connections are going to be something that is really powerful in your life. I think when they're positive and upbeat, it affects your body on so many different levels. And I think it's also giving you that sense of security and stability. Having a strong family, people that are supportive and loving of one another. Even if you have all these different personalities, at the end of the day, you're there for each other, and that is powerful. I do feel with the Knight of Pentacles that there's a lot of structure coming and stability. This is that slow and steady wins the race. People are going at different speeds, I think, the different family members. But I think at the end of the day, they're looking for their health and well-being, and they want a good life. This knight is on a mission like all knights are, and that's for good health, on a mission for good health, on a mission for being financially stable, for having a home that's nice, for having a loving environment, for having a lot of knowledge and wisdom to get through life. And again, financial security, because it's Pentacles. I just feel like a lot of good things are coming in, that people are just looking for structure and security that's coming in. The Eight of Cups is also here, and I do feel that this is something that people are pursuing their passion for. I think that each person is going towards what it is that they love. And I feel that that is super healthy, because that's someone, and everybody has their own path, right? So let's say the whole family is going in their own direction while they're still remaining supportive of each other. But this is telling me that they are pursuing their passion. They're not being held back by anything, which is very healthy. And they're doing this with a lot of positivity and optimism. I do feel that there might be somebody that I don't want to say is negative, but they might be a little stuck in their way. And that's going to be part of this slow and steady wins the race. Someone that is just a little stuck, but it's just they go really slow. And this person will be at the very end of the pack, so to speak. But everybody else is really open and they're moving forward with ease. But there's one person that's a little stubborn and a little slow. So that's coming in. But I don't see like any major health problems. I see a lot of positive energy coming in. But, you know, again, energies can change. But right now, there's a lot of positive coming in. I hope that helps. All right, Sherry, thank you for your question. Okay, so let me come over here. And, okay, so let me refresh. I'm actually going to check my email since that's where PayPal is coming in now. So that's so weird. Okay. So let me get this one. Okay, I see what happened. I don't know what to say about PayPal, but you can still use it. It's not like it's bad. It's just not showing right away. So we have a workaround. Okay. So next question. Again, final call. If anybody wants to submit a question, this is a great time to go ahead and do it. And let's go ahead and do the member shout out. So for anybody that is a member, definitely go ahead and shout out in the chat. That just means say, I'm here. I'm here. And that way, when we know you're here, I'm going to put your name in the bowl. And so if I pull it, I know you're here to answer the question, right? Or to ask a question, excuse me, ask a question. All right, let me get the bowl. All right, so I've got some blank ones so I can put in new members. So Dana, I don't know if you're still here. So definitely do a shout out. I'm going to go all the way down. Okay. All right, so Ava is here. Sherry, hold on, let me see Sherry's response. Probably should have asked about their health. Oh, yeah, I think so. Hey, Donald, nice to see you here. Dana, you're here. Okay, so I've got two new names. We've got Donald and Dana. So let me go ahead and add you. Okay, so Dana. Dana, you are in here. Okay, and Donald, I'm going to put you in too. So I don't know if there were any new members tonight besides these two, because I was reading moderators. Were there any other people that signed up tonight that I missed? Because I don't want to miss you guys. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Sahai, I think is that what we're going to do? Okay, so let me put SA. Oh no, that just moved. Thank you. Okay, SA-HI, is that a 4? 4TT. Okay, so I got you in there. Fire Dragon, if you're not a member, you can go ahead and go on to, hey, thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Spring, you're here. Okay, thank you. Hold on. Spring, let me put you in here. Nice to see you here, Spring. Okay, so Amanda, I'm going to get the moderators in just a second. Well, Ken, you're right here. Let me put you in. So, okay, so then you're not a member, but what you can do is you go to YouTube and all you do is you do fire, earth, air, fire, water. You choose the appropriate level that's right for you. And then we go ahead and we get you in. And then you have access to all the videos. And every time I go live, that's when you can go ahead and get your name put in here and possibly get a free question that comes in. Okay, so yeah, it's really cool. And plus you can be part of this community. So let me go ahead and find the moderators. If you want to join, now's the best time because I'm going to pull a name in just a second. Okay, so Andrea, Joseph, are you here? I know you asked a question in advance, but are you here live? Just want to ask. Okay, Ava, you are here. And is Dawn here tonight? Yay, Dana. Just want to see if Dawn is here. Amanda, got you in here. And Sherry, where's your name? Ruth, are you here tonight? We haven't seen Ruth in a while. Ava, I got you. Absolutely. Thank you. I love it too. This is just like, it is so much fun. Okay, so Sherry, did I already put you in there? I just want to make sure. No, here we go. Okay, Sherry. And this is Radhika and Dawn. Okay, so anybody else that is a member that has shown up? Moderators, am I missing anybody? And Fire Dragon, are you going to sign up tonight? Jenbo, okay. Well, I see your star, Jimbo. Let me put you in here. Okay. And I'm going to put it in as Jenbo 50. All right, there we go. Thank you. And I was just talking to you too. So that's why I got to see it when you guys shout out. Otherwise, I don't know. Because people come and go. You know, everyone's busy. Sometimes they can make it. You want to watch first? No, not a problem. Okay, so I just want to thank all the new members for joining us tonight and for everybody signing up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so now everybody's here in the bowl. I'm going to not look at it. I'm just going to stare at the camera. I'm going to mix it up and I'm going to choose. Okay, so this, okay, there's two. Hold on. They stuck together. Let me do that again. Okay, this is, hold on. Ken. Ken, you have a question coming your way. What would you like to ask? All right, so Ken is tonight's winner. Ken, think of a question and go ahead and put it in the chat and I'll answer it. All right, very cool. Ken, I just got a hit on something that came in your mind. Okay. Hi, nice to see you. All right, Ken, while you're formulating a question, okay, here it is. Wait, hold on. Will there be a global currency reevaluation this year? Okay, let's go ahead and find out. So for finances, let me use this deck. Okay. All right, will there be a global currency reevaluation this year? Let's find out. I think things keep getting derailed on that. Okay, so let's find out. That's what it always feels like. Let's see what the energy is. Will there be a global currency reevaluation this year? 5 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. Yeah, there's something going on with that. 5 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and then we have the Judgment card. I can show this one because it's been magic markered out. To me, this is saying that it's not going to be this year. That there's something going on with the banking system, and there's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of change that's coming. I don't see a real valuation coming. I feel that it's going back and forth. I just feel that they want to do it, then they don't want to do it, and I feel like it's just, there's something stuck. I almost feel like the elites are at war with each other, that there's like different factions, and some want it, some don't, and they just, I feel at the end, they don't want to do it. At least as of right now, right? The energies can always change. And then we have the Judgment card. I feel like this is a big wake-up call. I think that we're on the precipice of something big in the banking industry. And I know people have been saying that for years, but I really feel there's something heavy coming. There's something in the air that is really heavy and kind of chaotic and very disruptive, you know. And then, of course, after the dust settles, it's going to be a little different. But I do feel that there is something coming. And I think it's going to be here by June, July, and that time frame is what it feels like. Like it will be here by then. And that's what I see, Ken. So I just think, I just don't see it right now. Again, these energies can change, you know. I feel like there's some faction fighting about this. Excuse me. So thank you for your question. I hope that helps. I'm curious, any feedback on that, Ken? I knew I was going to win. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Oh, thanks, Ken. I appreciate it. I would just be curious because you guys know I don't really watch the news. Unless something like shows up in my feed, and then if it looks interesting with the headline, I might watch it that way. But otherwise, I do more esoteric kind of stuff. So, anyways, very interesting. So here's something. So listen to this next question, guys. This is from Tori from South Carolina. Hi, Alison. Love your Aquarius videos. Thank you. Flattery gets you everywhere. I booked a birthday reading with you. Congratulations. It is birthday season for Aquarius. Here's the question. Is there going to be another lockdown? Thanks, Tori from South Carolina. And you know what? Recently, I've been getting a lot of these questions like this. Okay, so let's find out. Is there going to be another lockdown? Yep, you have to. You have to protect your peace. All right, so is there going to be another lockdown? You know what? Let me get a different deck for that. In fact, let me get this deck for that. That's a really good one. Is there going to be another lockdown? And that could be when they're doing all the banking stuff too. That way they have less civil unrest or whatever it is that they want to do. Is there going to be another lockdown? We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel that it's not that it's a lockdown, but there's going to be some restrictions coming. So we have the Six of Pentacles, we have Prince Charming, the Knight of Cups, and then the Five of Pentacles. This is the card of lack. So this is really telling me that it's about being open to receive. That's open to receive help, open to receive a lot of things that are coming in, and that's receiving mostly good things, things that are going to bring you into balance. So this is people that are preparing. Is there going to be another lockdown? I think that if you are prepared, so you have your toilet paper, you have your generators in case there's a blackout, you have a lot of things that you're naturally preparing for. Check your expiration dates, right? If you've prepped a lot of food, what are the expiration dates? Do you need to donate that and buy fresh stuff? You need to start looking at everything because this is about being open to receive a back and forth. And I do think we run that potential of having something coming where we're going to have things a little restricted. This is you not letting it get you down. This is you going forward, being yourself, putting yourself out there, being in a heart energy. And this is not someone that is telling you to have a, what do they call that? Spiritual bypassing. Someone said that word the other day. It was the dumbest thing. That's not what this is. This is you knowing that there's shit going on around you and not letting it get to you. That's what this is. This is you really understanding that, you know what? The elite are going to do what the elite are going to do. And this is you taking the best foot forward in your own life. You can control yourself and your reaction to it. This is not you getting hysterical. This is not you getting upset. This is not you rushing out to get a jab in your arm just because someone is saying the sky is falling. This is you taking that calm, cool, collected approach, looking at everything, taking in the information, and sitting back and watching things unfold. If there's something with the banking, you know what? Maybe you've already got some money in your home. Maybe you've got a safe. Maybe you've got your precious metals. Maybe you've got things that you can barter with, right? Maybe you're already growing your own food. Even if you're in an apartment, maybe you're sprouting and you can put your little sprout jar in the window and you can have fresh vegetables that way, something that's highly nutritious. You know, you're thinking outside the box. What can I do, you know, if some weird thing happens? If you've got pets, do you have enough backup medication for them and food, right? You plan ahead. And that's something that you should always do. So this is really what's telling me, but this is you putting your best foot forward because you don't want to be caught out in the cold. This is one of those moments where, yeah, they have absolutely lost their common sense. And this is one of those moments where they're down to their last piece of bread. Well, now if you're down to your last piece of bread, that puts you in survival mode and you're not really able to see very well and see the big picture because your aperture narrows when you're in survival mode. Food, shelter, water. You don't care about love in that moment in time. You've got more important things to do. You need to eat. You need water, right? You need shelter. Love can come later. You're looking at the hierarchy of needs. And so when you're in survival mode, you're going to be a little scattered and so will other people. And so maybe you're in control of yourself, but maybe the people around you in your neighborhood lose their mind. We're seeing that right now on the news. If, you know, I'm just saying, we're seeing a lot of crazy stuff happen all over the world. And so it's one of those moments, are we going to have another lockdown? There's something that's coming. Everybody can feel it in the energy that's coming. Does it have something to do with the banking? Maybe, maybe not. Does it have something to do with another health scare? Maybe, maybe not. What is it? We're going to find out, right? Grab your popcorn. But some people are going to be left out in the cold because they're not preparing, and even if, I do have people that watch that live in their vehicles. They've messaged me. Even if you are living in your van, if you're living in a car, if you're doing van life, no big deal. Plan and prepare. Be prepared. I hope you have a weapon on you, because if you're in your vehicle and what if someone tries to break into your vehicle while you're in it? You need to be able to defend yourself. I love what Florida just did. If you are being surrounded in your vehicle and you're trying to move and you run somebody over, that's their fault. They are blocking and obstructing you, because that's crazy. Why are you blocking a vehicle and getting in their way? So this is one of those moments where, unless you're law enforcement, that's another story. But this is one of those moments where you really need to start taking these necessary precautions. And maybe you need to know the laws of the state that you're in. Because maybe in the state you're in, if you tried to get away when a mob is coming at you, your state's going to hold you liable, which is insane. So really start taking a look at these things and just know, right? Just know for yourself. Make sure you've got your food, shelter, water. And you know what? If you're traveling in your van, make sure you've got one of those life straws. So maybe you can put it in a puddle and it's going to filter out anything and you still get your water. Or you can do that in a river so you don't get giardia, right? And, and maybe you have something that you pour into it. So if you've got a dog with you or a cat, they have purified water, because you don't want to see your beautiful fur baby get sick. So I'm just saying, these are the things that you want to take a good hard look at, because something is absolutely coming. I've got several close friends that are psychics, and we look at this stuff and we all say something is absolutely coming. We actually feel it. We don't know exactly what it is. We think that's going to be natural disasters and stuff like that. I definitely do, and so do a couple of my girlfriends. We're all different, but we definitely feel something is absolutely coming, and the astrology is backing it up. So, is there going to be another lockdown? Yeah, and it's going to be heightened with the astrology that's going on. So everybody just prepare. This is not to scare anybody. I'm not like that. Again, I'm not a fluffer, right? So just be prepared. Something is coming. Thank you, Tori from South Carolina. All right. So again, final call. So in fact, no more questions, because I actually have a couple here. So no more questions. I'm just going to double check really quick. Okay. All you can do is be the best version of you and just move forward in this life. And make sure you're surrounding yourself with very loving, supportive people that hopefully know how to use a gun. And then it'll get you everywhere. So I'm in the United States, obviously. So just, really make sure you're surrounding yourself with quality people. Teamwork makes the dream work. It really does. So really make sure you're with the right team. Okay, so next question. This is from Alan from Arizona. Hi, Alison. Thank you for your Aquarius and Gemini videos. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Can you pull cards for the energy of an okay, all right. So this is funny. They just backed up on top of each other. Okay, let me see this. Hi, Alison. Thank you for your Aquarius and Gemini videos. Can you pull cards for the energy on any upcoming blackouts? Will it be a planned event, in quotes? Is that the same question that we just had? Hold on. Will there be another lockdown? Okay, blackouts. All right. So this is going to be with the energy grid then. Can you pull cards for the energy on the upcoming blackouts? Will it be a planned event? Okay, let's go ahead and look into that. See, everybody's feeling it. Even the audience is feeling it. That's why these people are asking questions. And you know what's nice? These people are asking questions for the whole collective, not just for themselves, because this affects everybody. All right, so let's pull the energy. Any upcoming blackouts coming? Page of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Cups, and we have the 10 of Cups. So it is on the table. It is a potential. So we have this Page of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So this card is, they're not sure. They want to do blackouts. Again, this is a wavering kind of energy. They want to do a blackout. They don't want to do a blackout. These people are going back and forth, whoever the controllers are, whoever they are, whatever they are. It is a back and forth. I think they're trying to look at timing. I think that there's warring factions. Some want to do it, some don't. Some want to say an alien invasion, some don't. They think it's stupid. I just really feel that there's some infighting among the elite for this kind of stuff. Seven of Cups. There's a lot of options. Nothing has settled. It's swirling. Blackout is an option. They have a lot of options, and they really have a lot of irons in the fire. There's a lot of things that we're not aware of. Maybe there's drone strikes coming. You know, there could be a lot of different things coming. Natural disasters, HARP. There's so many things that could be leading up to all of this stuff for a blackout. You know, when if there's a massive earthquake on the entire West Coast, the Ring of Fire, you know, all of that loses electricity. When if something gets knocked out by a drone and it knocks out, I don't know, the Northeastern, when if there's there's just so many variables is what this card is telling me. There's a lot going on. Happy, joyful family, right? This is finding happiness. This is telling me that even if the blackouts are coming, and are they planned? I think they are. That's what these cards are telling me, but there's infighting. They want to do it, but there's people saying, no, don't do it. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no is what's coming in. But this is telling me that it's about you being happy. Again, when all of this is going on, this is you finding your tribe, being with the right people, because that's going to make or break you. I am going to say this one story. I think I've said it before, but I had a neighbor. I lived through Hurricane Ian. I am not a Floridian. I'm a Californian. I'm used to earthquakes. I didn't get that many in San Diego, but I'm used to it. But I lived through Hurricane Ian. That was my first hurricane, and it was horrible. We all thought we were actually going to die. We were told we were going to have like 17 feet of storm surge come, and I was in a single-story home, a different home that I'm in now, and we were told that basically we're going to be underwater. And we couldn't evacuate because by the time they told us to evacuate, they closed the bridge down. That's how fucking stupid they are here. Anyways, so my friend was with her boyfriend. They're in their 50s. And she said the whole time, all he did was whine and complain. After that whole experience, because Hurricane Ian just churned and churned and churned. It wasn't a regular hurricane. It churned and churned. It was here for hours. I actually went to bed. I finally gave up stressing out, said, I don't care if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. I just went and laid down, took a nap. That's how long it was. It was ridiculous. And so, so she told me afterwards, he was so bad that she realized she could never be with someone like that, because he just whined and complained, and he was like a baby. And that's not the kind of person you want. Someone that's going to be strong and that can handle that. There's one thing to vent. That's not what he was doing. He was actually almost like a crybaby. And so for her, no offense, but for her, she's like, I could never be with someone like this. People show their true colors in these events. Make sure you're with the right people, people that can handle pressure and stress and be under fire like that. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on that one. Thank you, Alan from Arizona. So there's a potential. Again, get ready. Have a backup generator if you can afford it. Not everybody can. And the solar stuff, it's okay. I tried it. It didn't really come through for me. Some people say it does. For me, it didn't really work out. So, you know, maybe I didn't have the right brand, but really start experimenting, right? So I did a primitive skills class with someone, a former Green Beret. And when you're doing that, you're testing things out in advance, okay? You are testing the knife. Is it sturdy enough? Let me tell you, we were using stuff that I can't think of what it's called right now, but we were using these different tools, these weapons, and guess what? they were breaking. They were not tough like you would think. Good thing we were trying them out before we were put in those situations. So when you're testing it out, you get to see not only what you're made of, but what your equipment is made of. And a lot of this stuff is not what they say it is. So you need to practice, 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 plan and prepare. All right, next question. This is for Michael. Let me get a different deck. And Michael says, hello, Alison. Does my wife have a message for me? She died last spring in a car accident. Thanks, Michael. Michael, I'm sorry for your loss. Let's go ahead and see if your wife has a message for you. All right, here we go. Does your wife have a message for you? We have Queen of Swords. We have the Six of Swords and the Eight of Swords. A lot of sword energy. Swords are thoughts, words, and ideas. Queen of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. She wants you to look towards your future with clarity. This is someone that is not mincing their words. This is someone that is very straightforward and is giving you I feel, a lot of truth and a lot of facts. I think she's assisting you from the other side, and that's what this card is telling me, that she is on the other side, but she is sending a lot of messages and downloads your way. So, for example, maybe she comes to you in your sleep with your intuition, and she's really working with you from the other side. I think that she loves you very much, but there's something about her wanting to give you information, because this is all sword energy. She is trying to communicate and guide you. This is someone in a boat that's trying to guide and go forward. So there's something about both of these are going forward to a calmer time, going forward with clarity. So I don't know if she's trying to shift your energy to move you out of some sadness and some depression because she's lost and you're still here. But she is definitely trying to shift something that is coming. She wants you to go on to better times, is what part of the message that's coming in. And with the Eight of Swords, this is a self-imposed restriction. She feels that you are limiting yourself, that you are almost closing yourself off from other people. And she doesn't want to see that. That's part of what's coming in. She wants you to be able to be around other people and not be just trapped in yourself at home. I really feel like there's an edge of depression here, and I just feel that she doesn't want to see you just be alone, that you need to get yourself out more, that you need to have this clarity. And really, she really kind of has this thing where she wants you to have some movement coming in. So maybe going to see relatives or going to see people for the holidays, getting out of your home. That's the message that's coming in, because she really wants you to start planning your future and looking towards your future, not being stuck in the moment, not being stuck in what happened with her in her accident. She really wants you to start looking forward, and that's what this Queen is about. She's getting a bird's eye view. This could even be her up in heaven looking down on you, in a different dimension looking down on you. It's one of those energies where I think that she's really out for your best interest, and I feel like it's this gentle wash over you. I think she's constantly sending these messages to help you shift, but it's gentle, right? It's from the other side. She's gently trying to get you to shift out of what you're going through right now. And that is the message. She wants you to move forward with your life and to continue to have clarity. I just want to say there's no cup energy of love. She's not telling you that she loves you. She already knows you know that. She's wanting to see you move and to go forward. She's more concerned about you being stuck and stagnant. She wants to see some momentum coming into your life and movement, and to be around other people. I do think that she sees that you're alone, and she wants that to shift. She wants you to be part of the world again, if that makes sense. All right, Michael, thank you for your question, and sorry for your loss. And she's got a beautiful energy, but she is really trying to help you from the other side. She is not leaving your side. She is right there with you. And I mean, like 24/7, she is communicating with you. It's not just in your dreams at night. She is always there with you. Oh, I just got the goosebumps. All right. Thank you for your question, Michael. Okay. All right. So we have one more question, and then I'm going to, where are we at on time? And then I'm going to go ahead and do the collective reading. Sorry. All right, I already went off on my rant tonight. Okay, so be prepared. That's the message. Okay, so number 9 says, this is from Monica in Seattle, and she writes, "Hi, Allison, love your live shows and your Virgo videos." Hey, thank you, fellow Virgo. I booked a 2026 reading. Will I find love this year? Thank you, Monica from Seattle. Okay, let's go ahead and find out. Oh, another one just came in. Okay, so we have one more after Monica, and that's it. I'm not going to answer any more questions for tonight because I'm going to do the collective reading. Okay, so this is for Monica. Will you find love this year? Okay, 4 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords. Yes, you will. We've got 4 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords. So this is the card that's about celebrating milestones. It's the card about celebration. It's a card about freedom and marriage. This tells me that you are going to be in an environment where you actually meet someone. This could be at a party. This could be at one of those celebrations, but you are absolutely going to meet someone, and they're dating material, they're marriage material, someone that wants a long-term committed relationship. They love your independence. They love this about you, that you are your own person, and they find that very attractive. This is someone that is not looking for a codependent relationship, and I don't think you are either, because this is the Lady of Luxury, being independent, self-reliant. And I do feel that this is someone that they're their own person and they want somebody else that's their own person. And then with the 7 of Swords, this is being strategic about it. This is one of those moments where I feel that when you see this energy come up, that this is about you being strategic. So that means putting yourself out there. That means maybe asking strategic questions of people. You know, so that way, maybe you ask some deep questions in the first 30 minutes that you meet them as a screening process. Ask the big questions. This is you not being so superficial, like, hey, how's the weather? That's nice, but maybe you're saying that and you're asking some deep questions. So what brings you here today? Oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. And you just start going off on something. I'm just getting that it's about you being strategic. So you're asking more direct questions to gain answers and insight into how this person responds to see if they're the right one for you. Because if you're at a party, maybe you're meeting a dozen people that seem really fun. And then you start asking the questions and you see what their response is and you see who you have more in alignment with. That's something that's really beautiful. I think you're absolutely going to meet somebody right away. I don't think, you said, will you find it this year? I think it's going to be this spring. You know, time is hard in the tarot, but this tells me that it's actually going to be early. So I would say by May that you're going to meet someone. How exciting. How exciting. Thank you, Monica from Seattle. Okay. So I'm going to take a moment. Can you guys like, share, and subscribe? That would be fantastic. Thank you, everyone that's here. Okay, this is the last question, and then we're going to go ahead and do the collective reading. All right. So this is from Howard from Idaho. I love it. Idaho. Okay. Hi, Allison. I love your videos. What does the universe want to tell me today about my career? Howard from Idaho. Okay, let's find out. All right, let's look at your career. All right. What does the universe want to tell Howard about his career? We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 3 of Pentacles and the Moon. Well, this tells me 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Moon. I feel that you're moving on from your career, actually. I feel like you're going into retirement. I feel that this is either you putting in your notice or your work is asking you to retire. I feel that this is you moving on. I think as far as your career with this particular job goes is that you're leaving it. We have teamwork makes the dream work. To me, this is saying you're going to go do something else. I feel that you're leaving the other job or career behind, and maybe this is a hobby, or maybe it's a new career or just a new company, but you're moving on. I do feel that there's a lot of unknown coming your way. I do feel that as far as your career goes, maybe this is something that's very exciting. I think it might look a little more ominous than it actually is. I think that at times it might feel a little intimidating, but it's nothing you can't overcome. But I think just because it's unknown, unfamiliar, it might be a little overwhelming. But yeah, I think that you're leaving that career and you're doing something else. And I think you're going to love it. This is with quality people doing quality work. This is that strong foundation. I just feel like you're leaving something behind. Whether it was toxic or not is another story, but you're going on to quality. So that's what's coming in about your career. I feel like you're switching careers. So thank you for your question. I'd love to know. I'd love to get feedback. If you're live, definitely do a shout out. If not, send me an email, because I can feel that energy. All right. So that's what I have for everybody today. Let's go ahead and do the collective reading. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix it up tonight. I'm going to actually do angel cards for everybody tonight. So let's do this. This is an oracle deck, but of angel cards. So they're so big, I have to actually shuffle it sideways. They're big and stiff. Okay, here we go. All right, what does the universe want to tell everybody today? All right, let's get some angel cards. We have the Knight of Ariel. We have the Page of Raphael and the Knight of Raphael. Okay, so here we go. We have two knights and a page. We have the Knight of Ariel, the Page of Raphael, and the Knight of Raphael. So you can see it. Big cards. All right, so for Ariel, Knight of Ariel. Let me show everybody. Sorry about the glare. There is so much to accomplish. Well, first of all, it says Knight of Ariel, trustworthy, understanding, devoted, and funny. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by somebody kind. Knight of Ariel. So this is a great time for you to be very devoted and funny, and really having a plan that you're executing. And hasn't this been what a lot of the questions were tonight? Have a plan. Have a lot of actually a detailed plan. Really have a lot, but embrace it. Really make it where it is a loving energy to do that for yourself. You care enough about yourself to plan and prepare for your future. And you're loving it. So you're getting nourishing food, right? You're getting things that you actually like. Don't buy prepper food that you don't like. A long time ago, I bought beans and rice. Let me tell you, I will never eat that. I ended up throwing it in the trash. That is not me. I am not going to have hard beans and hard rice and cook it. I'm not. And I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to do that to myself. That would not be me. I'll eat grass before I do that. We had one guy in our group eat beans and rice only for 30 days because he wanted to see what it would do to his body. It destroyed him. It was gross. Just saying, if you can do that, good for you. Then you know that that is right for you. But see, that's the key. You've tried it. You try and you practice the stuff before there's an emergency. Eat the food, try it. You buy the stuff that's good for 20 years. Have you tried it? Is it something you will actually eat? Because it might not be. So really look at what it is that you're doing and practice. Practice makes perfect, right? So really do that with a loving energy. What is good for you, right? Then we have the Page of Raphael. This says gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted, a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insight. So this is really, I think, being open to new situations, meeting new people. This is really you enjoying the outside. I feel like this is you enjoying being outside your comfort zone. This is you really looking to increase maybe friends, maybe experiences. This is you just putting yourself out there. And what a great time to do that. Gentle, loving, dreamy, and open-hearted. This is you experiencing different aspects of life. If you like it, fantastic. If you don't, that's okay. You tried it, and now you can scratch that off your list. I think being very open-hearted is going to allow you to have a positive experience in something, and whatever that something is for you. And great intuitive insights. You learn a lot from it, right? We all learn from our wins and our losses and our experiences. We are multifaceted creatures. Okay, the next one is the Knight of Raphael. Sorry about the glare. There we go. And this says romantic, dramatic, poetic, introspective, committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. So a lot of love is coming in. Have you noticed that? A lot of love from the angel messages. This is you not having any fear. This is not worry. This is not fear. This is you still living your best life. Are we going to have a blackout or a lockdown? You're still living your best life. And I say that as someone that did that during COVID. I was in Florida. It was a freak thing. I just happened to move here before the lockdown. It wasn't planned. The move to Florida was planned, but we didn't know what COVID was at that time. And you know what? I just went about living my best life, and I did whatever I wanted to do, and I still went out and about, and I just lived my best version that I could of my life, and I was actually really happy. I was not depressed. I was not down. I was mad. I have to say, I was mad because I was watching people get the jab, and it was pissing me off when I'd see people dropping dead. That made me really mad. I didn't like the fact that there was lockdowns everywhere, but if you're looking at yourself and how you can control your reaction to things, I actually had a really good time. I was lucky, but that was an attitude, and I really had to embrace that. Otherwise, I probably would have driven myself crazy. So what I'm gathering from this is that this is a great time for people to get in touch with that love energy, plan and prepare for your future. Whatever that might be open-hearted, enjoy these good times and make these good times. You want to go do something, you want to go to a concert, do it. Don't talk about it. You want to get together with friends, do it. Seize the day. What these cards are telling me is that you need to actually do it now. This is like, my room just got very silent. It's about enacting things now because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. If there is a lockdown, well, you know what? You got to see your friends and family on the other side of the country. And then you have a lockdown. You now have downloaded Zoom on your computer. So if there is something like that, you can talk to them. If there's a blackout, okay, then you can't, right? Because it's an electrical thing unless you have a generator. If they knock out the internet, that's another story. But maybe you've taken all these different precautions. And if someone's really wealthy, maybe you have a satellite phone, right? There's a lot of different things that come into play. It depends on how deep you want to get into the whole preparation thing. And I don't know why, but my mind is taking us on that journey, which tells me something is going to come eventually. And I think that's why it's starting to come up tonight. And I think by summer, you kind of you want to be where you're going to be located if you plan on moving. You want to have the necessary precautions taken, supplies, look at everything. So go to the dentist, get your checkups done, anything like that that you want to do. Get glasses maybe before something like that happens to make sure you are ready. Do the simple stuff that's basic instead of putting it off. Really start taking a look at that. Make sure your car is taken care of, right? You're really looking at the basic stuff, but kind of having a deadline put on it. Not saying, you know what, I'm just going to wait till next year and well, maybe you need to do that ahead of time because if something's coming, Maybe there's a supply chain issue. We did see stuff like that. So this is just telling me to kind of say, get ready, but to stay in a loving vibration. And that might sound awkward, but that's going to be a balancing act for everybody. So that's what the universe wants to tell everybody today. Fucking live this day like it is your last, in a positive way, not in a rock and roll way where you're going to drink a fifth of vodka and then jump off the top of a building into a pool. This is really you living your best life and being prepared. That's the world we live in now, but this is really telling me to embrace this. All right, everybody. That's what I have for you for today. If you could, as always, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And hit the notification bell so you see me go live next time. And you get to see the other videos. I do the dailies, which is that short and sweet segment. That is like 3 to 9 minutes every day. I do the Zodiac videos, so definitely check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. And of course, Tarot Tuesday, where we are right now, where I go live every single Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I answer your questions. All right, everybody, sending you lots of love. And for all the Aquarians out there, happy birthday. I just posted your video before I went live. All right, everybody, lots of love. Bye for now.